Gravitas is a big word, isn't it? And it's a word that we connect with people like Obama and Churchill and Martin Luther King and Angela Merkel. And we think, oh, I can't have that. That's not for me. That's someone else over there. And so people give up. And when someone at work says you need more gravitas, they feel completely defeated. But what I know is that you can learn gravitas. And one of the things we need to go back to is Aristotle, because he said if you want gravitas and persuasion, you need logos, ethos, pathos. And that's really your knowledge, your passion, your purpose, minus anxiety. And that for me is a really good definition. And the thing I love is that we can all find knowledge, purpose, passion in ourselves, and we can all minimize anxiety. When we learn to do those things, we start to up our natural gravitas. And that's when people really start to listen. So people at the middle level of an organization have a really interesting challenge, which is that you're influencing up the system and down the system. And gravitas is a skill that allows you to speak. So people really listen to you. And that could be useful on an all-hands call. It could be useful if you're going out to talk to a team. It could be useful if you have to go in and report to the board or something. So I think actually in middle management, that's when we need it most, because we most need that ability to speak to all audiences. So 3 things you can do for gravitas. First thing is get yourself standing in a grounded way. Most of us rush about with our phones, we check our emails, and we walk into a meeting or a presentation. We're not really in our bodies, we're in our heads. So the first thing I would say is find your feet, ground yourself, and stand well. Second thing I would say is learn the power of the pause. Most people speak with really long sentences. They do lots of umming and erring. It makes them really unclear and they lose their gravitas. So speak in short sentences and punctuate them with a pause. And the third thing I would say is know when you flex your styles. So sometimes we need to be approachable, we need to build relationship, and sometimes actually we need to focus on task and credibility. And knowing when to flex between the two is really crucial, because you'll always then know whether you need to dial up your authority or dial it down and build relationship. I think with gravitas, it's different to presence, it's different to charisma. You use it quite sparingly, you switch it on and off. So for example, gravitas in the pub is probably not a great thing. Gravitas with your small children, for example, probably not a great thing. So it's something that you consciously switch on, it's your superpower. And I see presence really as the underpinning of gravitas. So working on mindfulness, doing any practice that grounds you daily, that's going to help you, and then you'll be able to switch on gravitas when you really need it. But it is a superpower, use it sparingly.